Welcome to Craft3D Creations. Now before we get crafting, I wanted to take a brief moment and make a video to show you some of the tools I consider essential for all crafting creators out there. The following tools are easily affordable on even the most modest crafting budget and can be found easily at most retail stores. Now the first tutorial video I'm going to be making for you guys in the very near future is going to be a custom painting tutorial. So what better tool to have than some paint? Now here, for my purposes of my creations and the purpose of being able to share my creations with as many people as possible, I am choosing to use Apple Barrel and Folk Art brands. I try to use things that are cost effective as possible. Sure, you can argue that there are better paints out there, but in my experience, I've found that you don't always get the quality that you pay for, and with enough skill and practice, you can achieve similar results with much more cost-effective products. For this reason, I commonly use these two brands. They're water-soluble acrylic paints. I've been using these brands for over 25 years in my creations, and they're very easy to work with. And they come in a large variety of colors. You can purchase these brands at most retailers where crafting supplies are sold. I like using them because they're water soluble, and if you make a mistake, it easily wipes off. Once you've perfected your creation, a little bit of clear coat, and you're all set to go. Other than paint itself, you'll definitely want to invest in a color mixing palette. Something there that you can use to mix your colors in. Definitely invest in that. It's going to save you a lot of headaches. Next essential tool that you'll use with pretty much every creation that I use is a good blade. X-Acto blades come in a couple different shapes. You've got ones with a higher angle. These are going to be used for cutting, for leverage. You have your wider angle there. Those are going to be used more for slicing. You don't want to grab yourself a good blade. Don't go around trying to use scissors for everything. Another thing you can use for cutting, wire snips. These are going to be perfect, especially for using these to take 3D prints off of their support structures there. Another good cutting tool, the Dremel. This particular one is a handheld wireless electric Dremel. I got the 7300 model. This one's an older one. I've had this thing for many years. Rechargeable battery pack on there and charging cradle. This particular one I got, I believe, at Walmart for around 40 to 50 bucks if I remember correctly. Mine's older, battery, only lasts about 30 minutes to an hour now, but this thing gets the job done. Super simple to use, high, low speeds, and they have interchangeable bits on there. You just press that on there, give it a good twist, bit pieces come out, you could swap those out. This one right now is a grinding tool, but you've also got ones, different bits and pieces in there for all different sorts of things. Grinding, finishing, smoothing, polishing, sanding, all sorts of different stuff. Definitely recommend a Dremel, as well as some good blades for cutting. Also recommend a good screwdriver. Another good screwdriver, something as well that has interchangeable bits, flathead, Phillips. Definitely get yourself a good screwdriver. These are going to be essential, especially for larger builds that require some hardware and assembly, as well as cosplay when you get into some of the bigger armor pieces and stuff like that. Also recommend, too, along with that, another good piece of hardware, some pliers. These are going to be good as well for 3D prints, holding on to things that are tough to grip. I use these quite a bit to separate my 3D prints off of their supports, as well as the snips to cut those for some of the smaller pieces. These work very well for the larger pieces. Also got some Primo Sculpey here. This is another good one. Pretty much use this for all my sculpting stuff. The Primo polymer. This is the stuff I was talking about in the previous video that you can cure either from baking if you want to make stuff like Christmas ornaments, or if you're using this with your custom action figures and such. I definitely recommend using the boiling method to cure this. That'll keep it from getting all charred up and possibly melting your project that you have from putting it in the oven or baking it or using a torch or anything like that. Final essential tool I want to tell you guys about are some finishing tools. Sandpaper. Give yourself a bunch of different grains and grits. Each one of these is slightly different. I use these for my armor and my cosplay, some of my larger 3D prints. This is a sanding sponge. It works pretty well. You can get this wet and do a nice wet sand on there. Gives it a little bit more of a smoother finish when you're working on some of the larger builds. Sponges make for a good finishing tool. You can get some good weathering effects and paint effects on there for finishing different items, different techniques. You can also use these while painting larger objects. These work good to spread base coats and prime coats on there as well. Also, we could talk about is a good adhesive. Good adhesive is going to get you very far with your builds. You always got to make sure you have something sturdy. This one's very common. It is a hot glue gun. You can get this pretty much any store, any common mom and pop brick and mortar, anywhere. This one, I actually think I got it at a dollar store somewhere nearby. It's a low temp, medium size hot glue gun. Use this for a lot of floral crafting. Use it for a lot of smaller, lightweight stuff that just needs a quick adhesive. Some of the heavy duty stuff, the E6000. This I just picked up. I'm trying this out on some of my new builds. Needed something strong in a pinch. Saw this industrial strength adhesive. So far so good. I've used it on a couple of pieces around the house and haven't had any issues with it yet. So I'll be testing this out in a couple builds here in the future. And anyone of you guys try this out or have had any luck, send a comment down below. Let me know how you guys like this stuff. So there you have it. Those are some of the things that I find essential for all of your crafting needs. If you're happy with everything that you saw, if you guys have any comments or things that you think I missed, let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys soon. So anyways, don't forget, as always, like and subscribe, and stay crafty.